What do you do when you have no friends around and you just need to hang a door on a car? Well, you go out and get yourself a hydraulic door hoist from Fab Heavy Parts. We'll unbox it and check it out. Coming up next. Welcome back to the channel. That is right, we've got another product review, and of course, the garage furnace just turned on. Sorry for the noise. We've got a door installer, hydraulic lift, jack, supporter, whatever you want to call it, from Fab Heavy Parts. And assuming the shipper didn't damage anything else aside from the packaging, we're gonna put it together, go grab the 52 Chevy out of the shop, and hang some doors on that. So, yeah, the box is, well, less than intact, but we will see. Hopefully nothing is damaged. So far so good. We have instructions that aren't terribly mangled. Or we at least have, yep, an assembly diagram. I know I'm going to need that. We have some other packaging material. And it appears like 2 boxes of accessories and parts. Well, we've got a few parts here, nothing too complicated, just a number of boxes of parts and screws behind me. But in short, you've got a column that goes up and down. You put your door in here, and then you have a hydraulic jack. You can go ahead and raise and lower it into place. Very handy if you have, no friends like me to help you hang doors on cars. So we have a couple of other parts here. Looks like the base, top piece, and some side supports. So I'm going to go ahead, time lapse, putting this thing together, and then we will we'll go ahead and, like I said, grab the 52 out of the shop and bring it up here because it's warm, and try and get a door hung and taken back off. Let's just run through our couple of boxes of parts real quick. We have some other hangers, which I believe are going to be set at the top. Have a bag of hardware. Guessing in here will be some casters. Yep, we've got 4 heavy-duty casters with outbreaks on them, so take note of that. But overall, looks like a pretty simple process to build. So like I said, let's just go ahead and get that built. Alrighty, in short, here we go. Put together, I do have to tighten up the casters for the the hardware on the casters. I don't have a really thin, slim 19 mil wrench, so I'm gonna devise something for that. Maybe just grab onto the whole caster with my channel locks or pipe wrench or something. But the lift itself is here and very simple to use. Literally, it was 2, 4, 6, 10 bolts and nuts plus these two guys, and jack it up to the height of your door frame. You can use this to extend taller or shorter doors. Maybe you've got convertible doors or frameless windows. You don't have, you know, anything as high. And then you can loosen these up and pinch that door into where it needs to be so that you can get everything secured and held in place. Because I know working on 52 doors, they're not as bad, but the doors for a Challenger project, those probably weigh 75 pounds a piece. And if it's just you trying to balance it on a, you know, rolling shop chair or a spare tire or a box and trying to get the hardware into the hinges, it's a not good situation. So not that I would know anything about that. But right now, we're gonna grab the 52 and bring that up here. Actually, we're gonna put a pause because it's currently very cold outside and I know it will not start, so I'm not even gonna try. Once the weather warms up a little bit here, I'm gonna go down, grab that, bring it up here, and we'll be able to show you exactly how to get the door on and off using this awesome hoist.
Just then.
Well, it's a few days later. Temperatures are a little better today. The last couple of days have been 20 below zero Fahrenheit with wind chill, almost 40 below zero. So definitely, I don't want to be playing around outside, much less trying to start this thing. Even today I was a little cranky, but she's up in the garage now. So we have our door, lift, hoist, jack, whatever you want to call it, almost ready to go. Excuse the fan noise behind me from the furnace. But we've got it under the door, and depending on what vehicle you're using, you may need to put some blocking or some shims under it so it's the right height. This thing, without all the other doors and metal on it, sitting about 1.5 inches or 2 inches higher than it should. So I do need to put some wood under the door so I can properly grab it. And if you come around here, again, we've got this bar here. And these guys allow you to pinch your door in place. Lower it back down. Adjust it. This is going to get us close. So I'm going to go ahead and jack it up. May need to grab another shim. Yep, need to grab another shim for back here. Alrighty, I found some shims. Depending on the type of your door you're working with, you may or may not need to shim it for the height. I do, but that's not a problem. And I'm going to go ahead and just put enough pressure on the jack to hold the door up. And that's going to allow me to make sure that is held in there. A couple other shims somewhere. Now make sure we've got our sides held in. Now go and find a big Phillips screwdriver. All right, I have one more screw up here. I'm going to hold the door just to be safe. A lot of these doors I'm working with are going to be heavier than a lot of your passenger doors today. There we go. It is loose. And it is supported. I should be able to put another pump on here. There we go. And wheel it away from the vehicle. there you go. Pretty darn easy. Now, last time I did this, I had my little rolling shop stool propped up over here. I had to hold the door up. I had to line it all by myself. That was a huge pain. This is totally a game changer. Yeah, for sure. Well, let's go ahead and get the door put back on. It came off very easily, and this time I'm going to move the camera around a little bit so you can see the reinstallation process from the backside. You can see me getting all the hardware lined up and screwed back into place. Now the downside here is you get to look at my, well, I guess better side, so sorry in advance. Go ahead and just roll it back over into place. I've got rocks on my floor, not helpful. Not helpful with the rocks. But we have our door. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a few pumps to raise everything up where we need to be. A few more. This is going to be pretty tough to see, so I'm going to move you again. Well, the sun's starting to set in the west, coming in the garage door, so trying to move the camera around a little more, not helpful at all. So we're going to go with this. I think you can get the idea. We've got the door on the hoist. We've got a few screws here to put into place. And with a few adjustments of your cylinder, you can drop your hardware. You can get the lift into place where it needs to be and start your hardware. Got one screw in. Let's start one down here in the bottom. There we go. It is secured in again. Now you can use this a little bit if you need to help position the door. Again, depending on the type of car you have. This one is not going to work so well just because of the door sills down here. But you would be able to pivot this in a bit and help set your alignment. So again, pretty useful tool. This last time I did it, took these doors on and off. Probably took me 10 to 15 minutes per door just because I had so much trouble fighting the door itself and getting everything lined up. And to get everything out, take out your shims or whatever, you can drop down the cylinder. That'll allow you to get any other blocking out you may have had. You can raise this back up, and here is our door back freestanding again. And it even went back on pretty much where it came off, so that's also awesome to see. I haven't done any alignment or gapping yet because these doors have to come off another 2 or 3 times minimum. But you can see how helpful this could be in a smaller shop, especially like me, when you have nobody to help you. Right. So what are my thoughts on this hydraulic door lift from Fab Heavy Parts? Definitely is going to be sticking around. I can already see just in the couple of minutes here I've been working with it on the 52, it's going to be a huge time and frustration saver taking doors on and off vehicles, especially that 72 Challenger we're working on. Those doors are super heavy, awkward, and huge. So having a tool like this to set them on is going to be a total, like I said, frustration saver. And especially once we get these things in paint, I don't want to risk scuffing up or scratching fresh paint. So definitely is going to help with preservation of the final product. And I think the construction is pretty heavy duty. The only thing I probably would have liked to have seen would have been 2 locking casters to hold something in place once it's there. Otherwise, I think the construction of the product is pretty good. These little grabbers up on top can slide back and forth for doors of different sizes, I think is great. The jack, again, if maybe could have got a little higher, but again, you know, you've got only a certain amount of space to work with. So having the ability to add a couple of shims or blocks under the stand to get the right door height for the 52, perfect. Challenger, that's about 3 inches lower to the ground, so it's not going to be a problem there. So definitely, like I said, going to be staying around in the shop. It's going to be a big help, and you can certainly look forward to seeing it in future projects as we go through with the rest of the 52, hopefully this year. And again, thanks to Fab Heavy Parts for sending this out to me so I can try it and review it for all of you. If you haven't hit that button yet, subscribe to the channel below, hit the notification bell. We've got our tool reviews coming out most Tuesdays, and then our car automotive content is out on Saturdays. So again, thanks for watching. Drop a comment below. What do you think of a tool like this in your shop? Is it something you'd use? Again, like I said, especially for smaller shops, I can definitely see this as a big win. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.